This morning we're at the Munich train station and we're getting ready to head to Salzburg, Austria. So it's our last full day in Munich, Germany, and we're going to do a day-long excursion where we take the train over to Salzburg, Austria. This is what we're doing right here. And the Munich train station is amazing. It's so big that there's a whole other separate piece of it that we hadn't seen until we had to come over here to find the tracks that we were going to go out on to go over to Austria. So that's kind of what we're doing right here, is making our way over there. So you're going to see here in a minute where our tour guide Lucia kind of gives us a full breakdown of what we're doing, what to expect. And we found this tour on Viator, and it's called the Sound of Music Small-Group Tour from Munich. So it's like a 10-hour long, full day, kind of thing. And so it's geared around the Sound of Music and all the different locations that they used, I guess, when they were filming the movie. So you'll see here in a minute where she sort of talks to that and a little bit of the history and so forth, and also a little bit of personal about how she came to do this. And so here we go.
In England, I studied in Manchester, modern languages and literature. I did a postgraduate in interpreting, legal interpreting. They were always asking German. And I was always feeling sick. So I thought, well, maybe I should go back to Germany or maybe Austria. I did one of these years out, half a year in Germany, in Leipzig, half a year. Different scenes again. This is a Hollywood film, okay? I'm a teacher now. I teach Spanish in different companies, only adults who want to really learn the language and pay better. And I'm gonna give you also some homework as you were my students, okay? Homework number 1, you have to watch Sound of Music again. Okay? Because it makes more sense. This is again Hollywood. They're filming a little bit here, a little bit there. If you're expecting to see everything as you've seen in the film, you're gonna be disappointed. Okay? At the beginning of this film, Marie's at the hills, right? And then she hears the bells. Oh my God, I'm late! And she starts running. That's the first one. Okay. The hills might be alive, but they're in Germany. The Abbey is in Austria, so it's definitely not a running distance. So she definitely never make it. And things like the wedding. Do you remember the wedding? Yes. 3 different churches in 2 different countries. Okay, filming this wedding. So again, just a little bit here, a little bit there. We'll see a couple scenes together. Then I'll point at a couple more. For a Sound of Music fan number 1, maybe you want to go to the Abbey. The Abbey is like 20 minutes walk, okay? But you will recognize the gate where the kids go looking for Maria, and the nun walks down. Or you have to go back with your father, Maria can see you today, or something similar. And that's about it. I mean, first time I went, I'm Sound of Music, myself, I'm Sound of Music fan number 2, okay? And first time I went, the nuns were singing. And I thought, oh my God, this is a sign. Again, you have to have a connection with Maria or with Sound of Music, and then you will really enjoy this church. Otherwise, it's not that important. Okay? So we're going to get to Salzburg. Salzburg, the new town, is not that pretty. This city survived the war, but the old town. The new town is of reconstruction. 40% of these cities have reconstruction. Very different to Munich. Munich, 80% of the old town is of reconstruction. Okay? And it looks very old, but everything is from the 70s. Okay? And in Salzburg, it's very nice. Everything is original, but in the old town. Okay? So the new town is pretty ugly and lots of traffic. We're just gonna go straight to the bus, straight to the beauty. We're gonna go like horses, okay? And we're gonna start actually in the new town, but we're gonna go through these gardens, so it's much nicer. And then we're gonna cross over the river. We're gonna carry on where everything started. Jabba Boom was the first name of this town. And we're gonna finish the tour over there. From where we finish to where we start is only 10 minutes walk. Okay, so all these pictures, again, if we all need to have a picture taken in front of a fountain, okay, or a staircase, it's gonna take at least 30 minutes. Okay, so please leave all these pictures in movement first, and then you can go back in your free time and have your...
If you're enjoying the video so far, please consider giving it a like. That really helps us grow the channel and increase our viewership. And if you'd like to see more videos like this and you haven't already subscribed, please consider subscribing to the channel. And if you do subscribe, change that notification icon so that you get notified whenever I post a new video. So you kind of see my camera there in the reflection of the window. There's really not a whole lot to look at per se. We're kind of just making our way through the Bavaria area of Germany, heading over to Austria. This is only a couple of hours each way. So these trains are, you know, they're pretty good commuter trains, I guess, in the Deutsche Bahn system. I think that's what this was one of the Deutsche Bahn trains. So it's pretty comfortable. Here we arrive in the Salzburg train station. All of this is kind of fascinating to me because in the United States we don't really have the ability to travel by train like you do in Europe. So these train stations you see in Europe kind of mimic what you get in the United States for airports, and that's about the closest thing we have. So it's always kind of cool to go over there and see that. Now, we've done trains in Italy and of course all through Germany and stuff like that. And when we go to England and Ireland and stuff like that in a couple of years, I'm sure we're going to be doing quite a few trains over there as well, because it's such a well established form of transportation over there. So here we are, getting ready to take the bus from the train station over to the little historic downtown area. And once we get over there, that's where our tour is going to start. And Lucia kind of will do a tour for about the first hour or so, where she kind of goes through some of the history of the city and, you know, the musical and where the locations were and so forth. And then the rest of the day, most of the day, like at least probably a good 4 or 5 hours, we had, you know, just time to ourselves to go explore. So here we are on the bus, making our way over. These buses were kind of cool because they were like the two buses joined together, and they had like a thing in the middle where it could flex as it would go around curves. So as you see the overhead lines there, of course they're electric buses. So all of the transportation in Europe is in some ways ahead of what we have in the US, just because they rely on it so much more than we do in the United States. So for me, it's always kind of fascinating to go over there and see some of this.
Change here for the line 2.
Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to give it a like. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button and change your notifications and the bell icon so that you'll be notified every time I post a new video.